Welcome to our short podcast today as part of a series sharing experiences on how real companies, both end user customers and SAP partners, are driving success with SAP innovations. I am Caroline Egan, and it's great to be sharing with you today how leading SAP partner Meridian Global Services are driving innovation with the SAP Business Technology Platform and delivering great value to their customers. To hear the story firsthand, I'm joined by Adam Smith, Group Commercial Director of Meridian. Welcome to you, Adam, and thanks for joining me here today. Great if you could just give me a brief introduction to Meridian and your role in the business.
Yeah, thank you for that, Caroline. Delighted to be here. As you said, I'm the commercial director here at Meridian. So, put simply, I have the overall responsibility for the revenue line, the top line of the business. With regards who Meridian are, lots of people know us. We're not a new company. We've been providing a range of VAT services and solutions for about 30 years now, and we're well underway on a transition program from moving from a traditional services company to a tech company. Which is where we have this closer relationship with SAP now. And right now, our key focuses are on our tax technology products, which both centre around SAP. So thanks for inviting me.
Great. I'm just going to say, first of all, Adam, congratulations on winning the SAP BT Innovation Award from the Partner Solution Adoption Centre in UK and Ireland. Meridian have clearly invested heavily in using BTP, and well done on receiving the award.
Well, yeah, thanks for that. We're naturally delighted. I don't win too many awards, so I'm delighted for that. So I think it's really recognition that we're following the SAP strategy, and it's not just the SAP strategy; it's the right strategy. And we've already developed, launched, and now sold a VAT determination solution that sits on BTP. What we've been trying to do is listen to what SAP have been telling us, because in that BTP is the recommended solution now for all S4 applications. I was also delighted last year that we became the first European SAP certified tax solution for BTP as well. So there's been a lot happening with you guys. We're basically pouring 12 years of VAT determination experience into BTP.
You've certainly been very busy. Well, it's great to hear the level of investment that you're making and the level of focus around that. And it's clearly enabled you to achieve, a lot in a relatively short period of time. So Adam, on a high level, what has the BT platform enabled you to do as a business?
So, on a high level, what it's enabled us to do is really add some new functionality, which was a challenge in the older environment, to be very honest. Things such as our implementation testing. There's a tracing feature within the system now, which allows our customers to follow and review the calculations that we're making within Arco. So that it's really been some great new functionality that we've been able to add. But what it's also done is BTP is enabling us to build for scale. When you have a traditional add-on solution like our VAT add-on is, version control can be a real challenge. But with BTP, we're delivering the same and the latest version of our solution to every single customer. So that then allows our whole support mechanism, our whole support program to be that much more efficient. So it's across a whole wide range of levels that BTP is now enabling us to be more efficient.
No, that's really, really great to hear. And I'd like to go on to ask the question around what were the reasons why you chose BTP, and particularly, I guess, from two lenses. One is what was the value of BT approach for Meridian's prospecting customers, and then how it was a good strategy for you as a business.
Very good. And I think I'll try and split them out, but a lot of them are combined, to be very honest. The benefits reach both us and the customers and the prospects. Now, and I say it quite a bit, most importantly, we're following the BTP strategy. And that is a real positive message when you're out talking to customers, to say we're following the SAP strategy 100%. That strap line that we hear is like a mantra within SAP at the moment about keeping the core clean. I hear it from almost every SAP person I speak to. That's completely aligned with the way we position our system and our solution. So really working with BTP it's given us a framework to fully understand what SAP's future direction is, and we work within that. It's also allowed us to develop new applications straight out of the SAP core, and it's opened up new technologies that we just couldn't use under previous environments. And BTP provides tools and services that means we just don't have to build everything ourselves now. So it makes the whole process that much more efficient. And also the whole ethos of BTP about keeping the core clean.
And quicker.
Exactly, much quicker. The whole ethos of BTP is that it allows us to do our tax determinations within the SAP environment. So there's no need for any of these APIs and all the risks that go with sending things out to external data. So that's been tremendous for us. And from a customer point of view, it's future proof them. Not only are they getting all the benefits I've talked about, so the new technologies and the new functionality that we can now deliver, but they're future proof wherever they are on their journey, whether they're still on ECC, they're S4, or going on to BTP. Working with us, they know they're completely future proof. We can provide the same level of service regardless of where they are, and possibly just into the distance as well. One of the things we chose to go down this route was because we do work with a lot of other partners, and there are some applications that we would like to try and connect to. And whilst we haven't done a great deal of exploration on that just yet, BTP will allow us to connect with other partners and other applications. So it's a there's a whole range of benefits. That's just some of them. I could keep talking. I could keep going for a lot longer than we needed here. But there's just some high level ones for you.
No, but that's great to hear because, from a customer perspective as well, that they're getting all those advantages both now and into the future, as you say. It's that whole platform view of where they're going and what they need today, but also what they might need to the future. And you're leaving that open to them, which, as you say, future proofs their own investment as well as the investment you're making as a business to make sure that you're offering your prospects and customers the best roadmap for them going forward.
Absolutely, we're delighted.
Good. So thinking about where you are now, you've obviously made that big investment in BTP. What is the status of taking your existing solutions to market, and also those, I guess, which you're currently working on in development, and what we can expect to see in the future?
Okay, well, Arco's the first BTP solution that we've launched. It was launched at the beginning of 2022. So during lockdown, our developers and functional guys were kept very busy, so that we were ready when the market started to open up. That we were ready to have a new solution ready, building on what SAP had been talking about BTP. So right now, that's where our focus is. We're already implementing brand new customers, net new customers, as well as migrating existing customers who are on our traditional add-on service application. We've got a calendar going which moves them onto Arco, as well as the brand new ones. So we're only about 9 or 10 months since the launch. So there's a small number of innovations we've made to the application so far. But moving forward, what I would expect us to see is that within Arco, we'll expand our global functionality, although we're already at over 100 countries already, so there's not too many more to go. And as I said, it will be the partners that we work with in spaces like reporting, e-invoicing, all that sort of stuff.
That's impressive.
That's where I can see the real next stage for us, being able to connect to partners to provide an even more extensive service offering.
And what I really like about that going forward is you're orchestrating that ecosystem of partners, aren't you, effectively for your customers, so that they can buy, that extended offering and solution that they need in the market from easily from more than one partner, which is important. And by doing that work up front that you're already doing and connecting to those applications, it means you're providing a more complete offering in the particular areas of application and functionality that are needed in the customers that you're talking to.
You're right, yeah, and it's because a lot of times when you work with partners, sometimes it's just traditionally just like a logo on a website or a referral or something like that. What BTP allows us to do is to have a deep technical integration, so that if you choose one provider for e-invoicing, for example, you can seamlessly work with Meridian to make sure that the tax data is ready, because there's a lot of noise in the tax space around reporting and e-invoicing and things like that now. But what's most important is to have the correct tax data, and what we do is to make sure that we provide tax ready data for all the other reporting mechanisms that need to go on. So you're right. What SAP and BTP has enabled is to partners to really technically integrate much more efficiently than we could do in the past. We're right at the start of that journey now, but the opportunities are huge for us there.
No, that's really, really good to hear. And I'm certainly seeing a trend in the marketplace where that's what end users, customers, corporates out there are looking for. They're looking for a combination of applications and services from the tech suppliers and everything out there in the market. So the ability for you to be able to do that together in a tightly integrated way on a platform like BTP obviously adds huge value to you as a partner, but also is showing a way forward and a differentiated offering to your prospects and customers.
Exactly. You've summed it up right there.
So what conversations, experiences, and feedback, Adam, have you had from your customers and prospects that you've already engaged with today around these BTP offerings in the market?
It's been great because we were the first to market in our space, in the tax space, with something truly innovative, i.e., a BTP tax determination solution. And again, coming out of the lockdown period as well, I'm sure you've seen it. People have been ready to talk since the beginning of 2022, mid 2022. It's people. I wouldn't say they're buying again just yet in the hordes, but they're still talking to us, and it's created a lot of positive noise. And for me, initially, that positive noise was coming from our existing client base because they're hearing a lot about S4 and BTP, and we've got hundreds of clients that we have our application installed in, and they needed to have the confidence that their journey is future proof. They don't have to go out looking at other solutions, that we can take them with us. So we're very busy working on that timetable now to migrate those ones who are ready. Some won't be ready for quite some time. They'll be happy on their existing ECC or S4 solutions, but we're busy doing that now. But in terms of the new customers, the net new customers that we've won, and those that we're talking to, what's been, I think, an unexpected outcome of this is that because BTP is still relatively new, and a lot of the people that we speak to in the tax space in particular don't really know what BTP is, to be very honest. The techies will know, but not always the guys in tax. So we've become like knowledge leaders. So that's, that whenever you're educating customers and prospects, that's always a good sign. So that's something I wasn't expecting to happen, that we would almost be poster boys, if you like, for BTP, to go out waving a flag to say, look, we have a solution. It's on the SAP store. It's available. You can get it. It's working. There's existing customers. So yeah, it's been very, very exciting, and it's getting noisy. The more change that people are being forced now into moving to S4, and by definition BTP, it's an exciting year ahead, busy year ahead.
No, well, that's really, really great to hear. And I think that as you say, you're sort of creating some education and knowledge, I guess, in some of your audience, in the customers out there today. But the great thing as well is, because BTP is relatively new in the market, but you're also connecting that to the business outcomes that you've developed on IP that you've created on the BTP platform, linked to obviously their particular function, the type of outcomes that they're looking to experience in their job roles. So a great way for you to show your value with the IP that you've built through the BT platform itself.
Correct.
So do you have a final tip, Adam, that you have for any other sort of SAP partners and business leaders in your position that are looking to potentially innovate and lead with BTP in the market?
I, in terms of a tip, I'm not sure it's so much a tip. It's, I guess, I can talk from my experience that from working on this particular project with BTP, because obviously I'm in a commercial, in a sales role, and more often than not, when you're in these type of roles, you're either chasing your own tail, or you're trying to catch up with a competitor and their innovation. It's just a fact and a reality of business life. But I think for us with Arco, similar to the experience we had with the add-on 10 years or so ago, we are at the forefront of providing genuine innovation now. We're providing something genuinely different in the tax space, which we know helps. And it's to be in a commercial role, and you just know it's giving them what they need along the strategy that SAP are following as well. So we're leading the way, and we're totally aligned with the SAP strategy. So I guess, so not so much a tip, but to say, if you can get on the BTP journey in terms of as a solution provider or a partner like us now as early as possible, you will be seen as innovators. Like we launched a year ago, and I would still say 70% of the people we speak to, we're still talking, explaining what BTP is. And once you get to start to talk about all the benefits of that, and then our solution, like you just mentioned, it's really exciting. So it's an experience rather than a tip. So get on board would be my advice.
Yeah. But it's a combination of the two, really, isn't it? I guess an experience, as you say, and a tip. So thank you, and I think it's really really good to hear about your experiences and obviously what it's meant to you, and also what it's meant to your business, and obviously the message you're taking to market and what you're seeing from talking to your customers, and as you say, net new organisations out in the market that you haven't spoken to before. So I guess it just leaves me to say a big thank you, actually, Adam, for your time today and for sharing your experiences with our audience. I think there'll be some great feedback out there, and obviously people to listen to the journey, I guess, that you've been through, and what it's meant for you and how you've managed to build value within your own business. We're building that IP on top of a platform which you are successfully looking to already launched and taking out to market. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's again, it's always great to get an award. Thank you very much. It's the team have put an awful lot of work in here, as well as the guys they've worked with within SAP. So, looking forward to onwards and upwards. And thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you, Adam.